I was asked to talk about Stims. Oh, you do want to hear me talk forever. Okay. Um I'm fidgety. I'm a fidgety person. I always have been. When I had my desk set up, when I was still working in call centers, I would have just little. I'm looking over here because I have like half of the shit that I used to keep at my desks over here. But like, okay, this is something that I would always have in one of my drawers. Is just a baggie full of smell goods. I have. Hang on. That's not the actual baggie. The actual baggie is one of these little organza baggies, but I have run out of room. This one is packed. But I would just open it up and smell the different smell goods during the day, because smelling is one of my stims. I smell everything, even when it's awful things. Like, I sniff this all the time. I have it in my mouth constantly, and it has the most astounding scent to it at this point. My cat also, well, sometimes she'll do the face that cats get. I don't know. Chewing. Speaking of this is from Stimtastic. They're an amazing company. And they have amazing things for fidgeting and stimming. This is a silicone necklace, and it looks very nice. It looks like a nice little pendant, but it holds up to some serious chewing. Like, I could do this all day. I was doing this when I read the prompt to do a video about stimming. Now I don't want to take it out of my mouth. But I can't talk very clearly around it. Another thing that I've gotten from Stimtastic, although Rue, my friend, was the one who originally introduced me to it. She had a silver one, and she was sad because she was going to get it for me, but they didn't sell it at the thing anymore. But then Stimtastic started selling it, and it's this I think it was called like a snaky necklace or something. Focus on the necklace, not on me. It won't. Fuck this. It's got almost like, you know, like a doodlebug or pillbug texture to it that allows the pieces to be interlocking. There we go. Now you can kind of see it. Refocus. And it's a little bit stiff. Like, you can see that it'll hold its shape, but it also falls. And you can hear the noise it makes. It makes a good noise. I like the sound it makes when it's running up against itself. And it is very satisfying to do this. I like doing this. Because this also satisfies my OCD, is to twist it until it's tight. Not too tight because I'm afraid I'm going to break it. And it's got the same size loops at either end. I like that. Put it in my mouth. Because I put everything in my mouth, I'm very bad about that. So is Shannon. We will buy things, like jewelry and stuff, and one of the very first things that we tell each other is how it feels when it's in our mouth. And if it tastes bad or not, because some metals just have an assy taste to them, and some metals have very comforting, metally taste to them. I'm again trying to look and see if I can see any of my rings. I was looking at bracelets, because I was thinking of my smell stims again. Me and Shannon both have a bunch of leather cuffs like this. I've had this one since I was 4, maybe 5. It used to be my sister's, and she gave it to me because I was so in love with it. And as a little bitty baddie, I wore it all the way on the tightest button snap thing, and it was still loose. And because I'm still tiny, I have a non-existent bones. I really do. Oh, I've gotten fat enough that it actually pinches a little on the tightest one, but it's too loose on the next snap. Fuck me. No, I will close you on the tightest snap. Okay, maybe I won't. Whatever. No, but it's so loose on the... Oh, you can't... There. Look how loose it is. It's loose. It used to fit me perfectly. Rude. Anyway, leather, when you put perfume on here, especially oils, because that's like all I wear is perfume oils. I've got, I may have a little bit of a problem with smell goods. I think there's more over here, I just can't find them. When you put on perfume oils and then immediately put on a bracelet, especially a leather bracelet, it'll hold the smell of the varying perfumes. And so that's another. I'll smell this. This is made with a spoon. I'm not sure if this is backwards or not. Oh, it is. It says, you will live to see man-made horrors beyond comprehension. It's a Tesla quote. And it was put on a spoon and then put on this bracelet, and I have a lot of feels about that for a lot of reasons that I don't really feel like getting into, because this is already a 6-minute video. I'm supposed to be talking about Stims. I don't know, the thing where I said I put everything in my mouth. There's a dip in the surface of this, and that goes against my lip. And also, this little area right here, my lower lip goes into that, when my upper lip goes into the dip. And that's a thing, and I can smell the metal. And then also, he's got a spine on the back of him. Get my own hands out of the way. And I like to hold him and run my nail down his spine. And I do that a lot. And I've got just a fucking useless mess of metal in my varying ear holes. And they jangle. And I'll sit there and fuck with them because I like the sound it makes. And I stim with my nose ring. If I push it this way, little prongs dig into the tip of my nose. I do that, so I'll sit there and go like that. And if I do it like that, it disappears. Look, I don't have a nose ring anymore. Ha. It also tickles the inside of my nose, and it feels funny, and that amuses me, so I do that a lot. And anybody who has piercings is familiar with the concept of the piercing cheese. And it's a nose ring. It's inside my nose, so I can just go like this and smell it if I want to be gross and smell my piercing cheese. Because I'm gross. I'm trying to think of my other Stims. Oh, this is one. Hang on, I have to like lay back in my comfortable. I'm not paying attention. I do this. I'm just sitting on the internet reading things. I will do this forever. I actually have a thinning patch of hair right there that I don't think my camera will show it adequately, but I sit there and I'll just sit here and do this. I have trick and derm. My derm sticks to my scalp mostly, thankfully. And I can't really show that off, but I'll sit here, try and do it where you can see it. I'll sit there and just pick and pick and pick at one little spot, and then of course like a scab forms, I'll pick at that, and I'll just pick a hole into my head, and that's really satisfying. My trick mostly sticks weirdly enough to my pubic hair, so I'm not going to show that off. But that's a thing. And, oh my god, my hair dye is already fading more than I realized. This is a crappy brand, and I'm not going to buy it again. The other major stim I do is when I'm falling asleep. And I have to rub my foot. I have to rub the top of my foot. I'm trying to think of how to most adequately show that. Yes, this will work. Okay. Oh, that's a thing. I don't know if that's a stim or what, but I do this noise constantly, and I didn't know I did it for a long time until my girlfriend was visiting me in like 2011, and she started going at me, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm making the noise you're making, and I'm like, what? I started listening to myself, and no, when I ooch around or do much of anything, I go so anyway, it's a vocal twitch, I don't know. Anyway, so like pretend this is the surface of the bed, right? I'll show it to you sideways. And I've got my foot against the bed. I have to do this to fall asleep. And if I'm laying all the way down, that's a stim I have to do. Sometimes I do it when I'm sitting up, but this is almost exclusively a fall asleep stim. And my other main stim is something that I do with my stuffed lion. And I don't take pictures or video of him because he's private. He's for me and I love him. I've had him since I was 3, so he's 30 years old now. And he is a very good lion. He eats my nightmares because he's awesome. No, it's not so much a stim as it's derm. I was about to say, oh, I do that, but no, I'm going to refocus. It's never going to refocus. I pick the corners out of my thumbs. And it's terrible and tragic. I pick at my nail polish, obviously. That's all I can think of right now. And this video is now like 11 minutes long. So I'm going to stop. Okay.